Look at that! Look at her! She's like, I know what's best. Her lying eyes, bro. Look, Sybil's eyes carefully watch you as you make your way. This is so uncomfortable. Hey guys. So, we are going to be playing more Scarlet Hollow. This is going to be the... What is it? The third episode? Fourth episode? Number 4? First of all, I would like to say sorry. I have not been uploading as much as I would like to. Things have been rough. It's okay. We're gonna be playing a game so we can forget about everything for the time being. Yeah. It's been a long week. Long couple of weeks. But I am like super invested in this story, bro. Like, especially the Reese character that we ran into last time. His mom was suspicious of many things. Let's just say. We might sneak. I want to know. I really want to sneak back into his place so we can like go through that door that we were drawn to. Yeah. But yeah, let's get into the game. It's Bravery. You open your eyes. It's a new day. Last night seemed so far away, you can almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in the NX were nothing but a nightmare, chased away by the harsh morning light. But you know that the furious spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. yet lingers, locked behind the doors of the town hall, still tied to the earth by its hatred of you and your bloodline. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine. But your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Hope you made it home okay? Kaneeka. Haven't heard from Stella since last night. How about you? You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Text Stella. Haven't heard from her either. I'm sure she's fine. Call her. You dial Stella. You're worried. What if she doesn't pick up? Hey, what's up? Oh, she did pick up. Haha, just kidding. I'm not able to come to the phone right now. Hey! This is actually a recording of my voice. It isn't really me, technology, huh? Anyways, leave a message, or don't. I never check this thing. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Oh, great. Hey, you good? Morning, hot stuff. Hey, I'm kind of worried after you ran off last night. How's my favorite cryptid hunter? How about how's my favorite cryptid hunter? You wait for a few silent minutes. Your message, it's undelivered? Undelivered? What'd she do? What happened? Undelivered? Oh god, what if she's in trouble? What if she's hurt or dead? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm worried. We should go looking for her. Let me meet up in town as soon as we can. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. Should I check the closet or take a shower? You might as well take a shower before starting the rest of your day. Yeah, in the weird shower. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. It feels good to wash away the grime of last night's haunting. But eventually you'll have to leave this place and confront the rest of your day. In the meantime, you think about the door in the clinic. You're still drawn to it even now. You'll be back there today. You're sure of it. Think about Oscar and Rosalina and how the specter of Charles Shaw Jr. has left them without home or work. Think about the afterlife. Oh, there's so many. How about the clinic? Yeah, that's what I've been thinking about this whole time. You're still drawn to it even now. Yeah, you're done here. Yes, I am. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. you're done. Well, yeah, let's check the closet. Make your way to the closet. There's nothing denying it. The doll moved at some point since your most recent visit. What is this supposed to mean? But your long dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Someone was in here. Keen eye, and judging by the residue that was left behind, you're pretty sure you know the culprit. That means he was in your room. But was he there while you were out the previous day? Or did he enter while you slept unawares, just a few feet away? What do you mean, a kitty? Something to mull over for the rest of the day. Head downstairs. It's time to face your cousin. You make it seem like something bad. I think it was the cat. She's not here. But it looks like she left a note on the counter. Scribbly. Had to run. The librarian needed a new house, so I'm giving him the keys to the Maxwell place. And the miners decided to stage a strike today, of all days, so I won't be around. I know there's no point asking you not to do anything reckless, but I'm asking anyway. Be back late. Call if you get into trouble, Tabitha. Time to figure out the rest of your day. Fuel up with quick PB&J. Sure. If Stella's MIA, who knows when you'll get the chance to eat. You make yourself a PB&J in anticipation for the long day ahead of you. And that's that. Head to town. Bye, kitty. Bye. You grumpy baby. But he's a sweet baby. You head to the front door and begin your trek to the town below. The sun shines down through a thin layer of clouds, illuminating the path in a watery gray light. Keen eye, glimpses of pale figures dot your periphery. You haven't seen ditchlings in the middle of the day before. They're getting bolder. As you continue to trek to town, you pause to stare out at the mountain range beyond the holler, contemplating a world that's blissfully unaware of the dangers threatening the citizens of this tiny town. The world outside feels less with each passing day, as the strange reality of what's happening in Scarlet Hollow gently uproots what you'd always taken to be truths of our world. Your everyday worries seem distant, overshadowed by a fear and dread that hasn't stopped building up since the moment you stepped off that bus. It isn't long until your journey from the estate is over, and once again you find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Kaneeka, hi. Atreus, you made it down the hill in one piece, thank God. What do you think I was gonna trip and roll? I didn't realize there were so many of those ditchling things around, or I would have driven up to get you. I can't believe they're outside during the day. It feels wrong. How are you doing? I'm mostly worried about Stella right now. I'll feel better when we find her. Yeah. I'm sure she's okay, but yeah. The peace of mind would be nice. So how are you mentally? That's a great question. My concept of how the world works is being shattered a little more each day, so that's cool. Every day I feel more and more like I need to get out of this town before it swallows me whole. But I also keep feeling like there are too many reasons to stay. Like right now, I can't leave until I know Stella's okay. With her folks gone, the only people she has are her friends. And as her bestie, I can't just let her go running off into the woods to get eaten by a Bigfoot. And my mom is just so chill right now, it's driving me nuts. She keeps giving me tea and ignoring anything I tell her about the weird stuff that's been going on around town. I figured if anyone would be interested in magic stuff, it'd be her. But she ends the conversation every time I start talking about it. Sounds like she's maybe in cahoots. Sorry, I'm ranting. But thanks so much for asking. That was really thoughtful of you. And it helped to talk about. and it helped to talk about. If you ever need someone to rant to, I'd be happy to return the favor. Okay, here are the options. I'm supposed to see your mom at some point today. Maybe she'll finally shed some light on things. Your mom was the one who told us about the ditch things. If she's being tight-lipped, it's probably for a good reason. Your mom seems like a nice lady. You're being hard on her. Let it go. Okay. Let's do the first one. I'm not sure what she's planning to tell you today that she could have told us last night. Maybe she's going to read your fortune. Oh, she's that kind of lady? I should probably stop making fun of her old New Age mystic vibe. A lot's happened in the past couple of days. Still, there'll be plenty of time for tea after we've looked for Stella. So, ghosts, huh? Yeah, ghosts. I don't know about you, but I'm currently staving off a massive existential crisis about the state of matter and what being alive means. Any idea why Stella was so upset? Being possessed seemed awful, but she's the only one who ran off. Yeah, could be a lot of things. She could have hit her breaking point stress-wise. She could have been horrified by meeting a ghost for the first time. She could be struggling with what that ghost did. But at the end of the day, I have no idea. We'll just have to find her and see if she wants to stop running from it and finally just talk things out. I guess that raises an important question. Is Stella missing because she doesn't want to be found? Or did something happen to her when she ran off? If it's the first one, is finding her going to be any good? Maybe she needs space. I'm still skeptical there's going to be a better explanation for what happened last night. This information is destroying me. I wonder if this means there's a heaven. Yeah, keen eye. Maybe she needs space, but things have been getting dangerous around here. I'd rather not take the coin flip. Yeah, that's true. Even if she doesn't want to be found, that's not good, you know. She's avoided her problems before, but this is different. Is the ghost still in the library? Maybe. I thought it took over the whole thing. I have no idea, and I don't think anyone should even try to get a look, especially not you. Who knows what might happen if that thing so much as catches a whiff of scarlet blood. Any leads on Stella? I haven't had a chance to talk to anyone else yet, so nope, none so far. She ran north last night, but that doesn't mean she didn't double back. I'm trying not to worry too much. It's possible she's safe somewhere, just not answering her phone. But I also don't want to bet on it. Is someone manning the general store while we go look for Stella? Screw the general store. Pumpkin deal. I guess we should get started. Yeah. We're burning daylight. Where to first? Yeah, let's go to her house. That makes all the sense. Yeah. Definitely. I probably should have done that before getting you to come all the way down here. But to be honest, I was scared of wandering by myself. That's fair. Just in case I ran into any other horrors from beyond the veil. It'd be great if this turns out to be nothing and she's just asleep in bed. Yeah. Best case scenario. Fingers crossed. But like, who knows? You make your way towards Stella's house. Kaneeka knocks anxiously on the door. She's like, brace myself. It creaks open. You seem to recall that Stella closed the door behind her when the two of you left the library yesterday morning. What's going on? We ate breakfast together yesterday morning. She closed the door behind us. And we were both with her for the rest of the day. We should go in, right? Screw going in there. Let's just get the cops. Yeah, enter her house. You take a step forward and cross the threshold into Stella's house. You make it seem like something creepy. The living room is almost exactly as you saw it the other day. Keen eye. Aside from a corner of the room dedicated to Gretchen, where? I don't see it. Stella's house almost feels like a museum. Everything's organized with a sort of tidiness you wouldn't expect from someone as rough and tumble as Stella. And only a handful of objects feel like they belong to her. Whatever happened to Stella, it doesn't look like it happened here. Okay, nothing unusual so far. This is a perfectly normal living room. No blood, no viscera, not even a tipped over lamp. That's good. Let's investigate the kitchen. Stella's kitchen is messier than she left it yesterday. A couple of cabinets are hanging open and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. The crust, okay, keen eye. Keen eye. The crust of the bread has gone somewhat stale, about as much as you'd expect after being left out overnight. Whoever left it here left many hours ago. It's a little messy, but it doesn't look like anything violent happened here. Someone was here after Stella and I left yesterday. We didn't leave the kitchen like this. Is Stella's kitchen normally this messy? I wouldn't call this messy. Stella's house has always felt a little sterile to me. This feels a little too lived in, if that makes sense. Though maybe that's just because I've only ever been over when she was already expecting me. Okay, I don't think we're going to find much else. Let's move on. Let's go to Stella's room. I don't think we've been in her room. Whoa! You make your way down the hall to what seems to be Stella's room. She's not here. Though it's a little untidy. It's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't have guests in her bedroom. Therefore, there aren't any signs of violence. Keen eye. You do notice, though, that her jacket is nowhere in sight. It isn't in her closet, and it wasn't in her coat rack in the other room. I'd better not hear a single comment about this room being messy. Stella's jacket is gone. Let's check her computer. Stella's jacket is gone. The Letterman one. It wasn't on the rack in the other room. It's not in here, and she didn't have it yesterday. Okay, so odds are she came home last night. Still, that just leaves us with more questions. If she came home last night, why isn't she here now? And why haven't we been able to reach her? Let's check her computer. I love seeing someone's room before they had a chance to clean it up for company. It's a neat little snapshot, you know. Speak for yourself. If the roles were reversed and I was missing and you, Stella, were poking around my room unannounced, I'd be completely mortified. I will say that this is what her room's been like for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. She still does those cork board with string things. She loves putting the strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyway. I should have checked her computer. I knew I should have checked it. So she probably came home last night, but she left the door open and didn't tell anyone where she was going. I thought I was overreacting this morning. I thought she would have just been sleeping in or something. I can't believe she's actually missing. Where to next? Should we go to the cops, right? Let's check in on Oscar and Rosalina. They should be at the old Maxwell place. The mines? Maybe the church. The church? Why do you think Stella decided to get religious all of a sudden? I don't know. She seemed really shaken up. It's not unlikely. I don't know if she'll be there. I just want to talk to the pastor. I just want to be thorough. That's usually where graveyards are, right? Maybe Stella went there after everything had happened last night. I feel like I need some spiritual cleansing after what we've just been through. I want to stock up on holy water and crosses. I want to tell Pastor Daniel that ghosts are real. I want to rub it in his face. What's up with this? I don't know. Yeah, that's where everyone's except for Scarlet's graveyard is. I guess it's worth a shot. Let's make it quick though. I don't have to talk to that man a second more than I have to. Pastor Daniel. Kaneeka leads the way, taking you up to the gradual slope towards the church. Oh, this should be fun. Alright. Where is that weirdo? Out of the bushes he jumps out. Just kidding. My. 3 visitors at once on a Thursday. This is unprecedented. But there are only 2 of us. Yeah, what are you talking about? Oh no. Were we being followed by a ditchling? Were you followed by Wayne? Sup, old people? Oh, it's just Zane. What are you doing here? All the glimpses of death I've had in the past few days have forced me into the midst of an existential crisis, my dudes. I want to see if faith held any answers for me. Alas, I have not yet found that solace I speak. Give it time, Zane. It sometimes takes a while for the Lord to work his way into your heart. But when he does, you won't regret letting him in. Be sure to look over those pamphlets I gave you, and of course, I'm always here if you need to talk. Sure thing, Pastor D. Peace, y'all. Anyway, we're looking for Stella. She wandered off last night and no one has seen her since. We're starting to get pretty worried. We hoped you or Janie had seen her. I can't speak for Janie, but I'm afraid I've seen neither her nor hair. Wait, what? I can't speak for Janie, but I'm afraid I've seen neither hide or hair of Stella. If you'd like to talk to my wife, she's just over by the alpacas. Though, Atreus, I was hoping we might be able to talk in private. About what? What do you have to say to her that you can't say in front of me? Please, if you don't mind, this is a personal matter. Personal for whom? I'd rather folks not pry on this. You know how rumors get started. It's okay, I'm happy to talk to him. Yeah. What do you have to say to me? You can say in front of Kaneeka. No way, I'm not talking to you in private. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. It's okay, I'm happy to talk to him. If you're sure. I guess I'll leave you to it while I check in with Janie. I'll be right over here. I'll be right over there by the fence. That's conveniently in your line of sight, okay? Kaneeka heads off towards Janie and the alpacas, leaving you alone with the nervous pastor. I'm glad you decided to come and visit me. So many young people these days seem to think that they can solve all their problems on their own. Meanwhile, God is right there ready to help them, if only they'd let him into their hearts. The pastor's eyes dart back toward the alpacas. Okay, good, she's gone. You're new in town. What kind of impression did I make on you? Am I creepy? Well, why is that the question? Why are you so concerned? I think your problem is that you keep telling people what to do instead of actually treating them like human beings. You're extremely creepy. Where did this creepy stuff come from? I don't think you're creepy at all. If anything, you've been extremely welcoming to me. Personally, I'd like to cut off your chin. What's that mean? You haven't really done anything wrong, but you have no chill. Kaneeka said you smiled through her father's funeral. Is that it? Did I do that? Oh gosh, I apologize to her. It must have been nerves. That service was the largest group I've had the chance to speak in front of in years. He's interrupted by the sounds of a snapping twig and a high-pitched giggle. Partly muffled by the underbrush of the edge of the property. Tulip, come out of there. You know you're not supposed to play in the woods. Tulip glances back at the woods, quiet as she hesitates. Tulip, are you going to be good? Are you going to skip story time tonight? He hitting her with the story time, guys. I'll be good. You don't have to skip story time. I won't go into the woods, I promise. I know you won't, Tulip. Because I know it's too dangerous for little girls in there. Why don't you go help Mama with the alpacas? It's just about time they got fed. You can give them hay. Tulip smiles broadly, seemingly excited by the prospect, and hurries off. Sorry I had to have a firm parenting moment just then. She's been trying to run off into those woods a lot lately, and it's really dangerous, even for adults. There's this massive trash dump not too far past the trees, but it must be at least 50 years old, so it's all grown over and looks like it's part of the landscape. But if you accidentally walked into it, you might find yourself falling into a hip-deep mound of rusty cans and broken glass. That doesn't sound fun. Tulip made up some imaginary friends and keeps telling us that they want her to go out there. Like the word of some fictional creature she made up is going to convince us that it's a good idea for her to play in somebody's old garbage. But she's 7, of course. She would get some funny ideas. But she's 7, of course. She would get some funny little idea like that. I'd love to get the community to rally around a big cleanup. It's about time somebody got rid of all that junk. Oh, Tetanus Lake. Stella told me about it. How big a trash dump we talking? Would a weekend of hard work clear it out? What's that you were saying about imaginary friends? Stella and her friends used to play out there all the time, and none of them got sicker. In the meantime, I'm just making sure Tulip knows not to go near it. Okay. Tetanus Lake. Stella told me about it. Tetanus Lake? That's an accurate name. I wonder if Tulip would stay away if I started calling it that, or if it would only make it sound more alluring. Was that what you were saying about imaginary friends? Oh, she's just been talking to these friends of hers lately. Little stories about creatures that live in the church. I'm sure she saw some animal in there and decided it was her friend. It's nothing to be overly concerned about, except the trash heap situation. Of course, out of the corner of your eye, you see Kaneeka walking back to the two of you. She must have finished talking to Janie. Janie says she hasn't seen Stella either, so we'd better get going. Hope your talk with the pastor went well. Yes, we had a great conversation. I appreciate you all stopping by, even if it wasn't under the best circumstances. I'll let y'all be on your way. And I hope Stella turns up soon. I'll put up some good prayers for the big man for her. Alright, thanks, see ya. Kaneeka started back down the path to town, and you follow. Visit the church. Okay, now that we've put some distance between us and the church, what did he want to talk to you about? He didn't say anything weird, did he? Nosy, aren't you? Let the man have his privacy. He wanted to know why everyone in town thinks he's creepy. Everyone in this town is so mean to him. He's a nice guy. Tillis apparently needs some weird imaginary friends. Yeah. Kids make up imaginary friends all the time. Let's not get too distracted until we find Stella, though. Where to next? Let's check the cops. That's not a terrible idea. I'm sure you won't be much help, but we are dealing with the missing person and that's cop stuff. The police station is exactly what you would expect from a town the size of Scarlet Hollow. The smell strongly of coffee and faintly of aged furniture and paper. And the general tidiness speaks of a department that doesn't get much of anything done. There's just one desk. What's he doing here? And him too. What'd they do? But you're also not alone. You entered to find Bo and Duke standing between you and the officers behind the desk. Now listen here, Hugby. Big Betty was set to win a blue ribbon. So don't you go telling me she was just a pumpkin.
We worked really hard. We worked real hard to get her that big. Raised her up from a seed. It's just not fair, officer, sir.
What happened? I understand that and all. I understand that and all, but I just don't see why y'all want us to do about it.
I know y'all cared a lot about that pumpkin, but as it stands, this simply isn't a job the police can help you with. Now, if you're able to find some kind of evidence that Julius or somebody else stole this Big Betty of yours, then you could get a lawyer involved and take it into small claims court.
Dang it. Deputy, ain't finding evidence what y'all are supposed to be good for. That Julius has been stealing what rightly belonged to the Colloways for all his life, and you folks ain't done nothing a lick of policing. You put an end to it. I told you we was better off handling this ourselves, Daddy. The cops realize you've entered. Their attention quickly shifts to you. Look at him looking at me like, look at that face. Look at that smirk. Okay. Well, if it isn't our little prank caller. How do you know me by face already? I knew this was gonna happen. You know you're not supposed to do that, right? There's laws in the books about prank and emergency services.
Well, I'll let you off with a warning for now, but only because it was funny.
Oh, great. Okay, Stella ran off last night and she's still missing. What is all this about a pumpkin, exactly? Seems as the Colloways here have lost a considerably large pumpkin. We ain't lost crud, Earl.
You can't lose what's been stolen. We already know who did it. We saw Julia's eyeing her yesterday. Look, bud, I feel you. I really do. But that's circumstantial at best. And even if it wasn't, you know yourself that there isn't a clear property line.
Dang, bro, he set you straight. Aw, I'm sorry, did you just say crud? What makes you think Julius stole it? Why was the pumpkin so valuable? You want to go over there and kick his butt for you? Duke, can't you just be the bigger man here and let this go? Why? But they spent so much time growing the pumpkin. You don't know how long that takes. It doesn't take a genius to know that Duke's in the right here.
Did Julius grow that pumpkin? Obviously not. Or he wouldn't have been sneaky about carting it off. You do your jobs. Yeah, exactly. Do your jobs. Dang darn straight. Don't encourage him. If the Tremaines and Colloways had it their way, we'd have personally ransacked each other's farms. One of these days, y'all are gonna have to pick a darn sign. Don't my tax dollars pay your salary? Last I checked, jewelry paid Julius Place taxes too. This guy's some bias, bro. That's so rude. Okay, Stella ran off last night. Yeah. Weird question, but are you folks part of the cult and is why you aren't doing your jobs? Can you folks arrest a ghost? That's weird. It looks like you folks are busy. I'll be on my way. Yeah, Stella. You looking at me with those squinty eyes, bro? Triggered, bro. Okay. Woo. Okay. She isn't home, and none of us have heard from her. Why is she looking at me like that? She what now? Oh, that's just our Stella. Oh shoot, sorry. Oh, that's just our Stella. Always running off. I wouldn't worry too much about it. This is different, Earl. You know, I wouldn't be up here bothering you if it wasn't important. She shouldn't be off on her own when there are so many ditchlings around. I'm sure you've seen them by now. Okay, you're right. You're probably just overthinking things. Just say that. She shouldn't be running off. Yeah, sure. We may have seen some strange animals lately, and we've certainly been getting a lot of calls about them. So either Scarlet Hollow is suffering some kind of mass hallucination, or we've been invaded by whatever they are. But what are you expecting us to do about it? Ain't y'all supposed to shoot them or something? Now, son. We ain't animal control. We're the police. So what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to help us? Are you kidding me? This town doesn't even have an animal control department. Well, maybe it should get one. Y'all are no use at all. You know that? Them things have been after our chickens for at least a week now. Open your eyes, boys. There are some strange things afoot. Weird question, but that'd be funny if I said this. He's squinting at me again! Weird question. But are you folks part of a cult? And is that why you aren't doing your jobs? And the police officer stares at you perplexed. A cult? I don't think we have that sort of thing up here. We aren't doing our job. We are doing our jobs. Just look at Franklin back there. He's filing all kinds of paperwork pertaining to what happened up in the mines. You know, I can't say I appreciate your tone. Sounds like you accusing us of something. Some kind of indecency. What do you think we'd go into the hills and do seances and rituals and all sorts of things? Get your head out of the clouds. They are part of the cult. I don't know. Maybe. You see how he stares into your soul? Can you folks arrest a ghost? Let's just get going. It looks like you guys are busy. It looks like you guys are busy. We'll be on our way. Useless trip. Well, that was a total waste of time. I concur. I hope Duke and Bo find their pumpkin. Where to next? Let's check in with Oscar and Rosalina. They should be here old at Maxwell. Let's go get some tea. Sure, we can humor her. She's probably going to give you some rocks or bundles of herbs or some protection or something, which might actually work. Who knows? Guess there's only one way to find out.
The bells at the general store chime welcomingly as the two of you enter. Kaneeka. There you are. Kaneeka, there you are. You were supposed to stay in bed today, remember? And hello, waitress. Hope you're sufficiently recovered from last night's fiasco. Sorry, Mom. It's just that Stella's missing and Stella can take care of herself. Unlike you need bed rest and lots of fluids. You don't need to go running around town spreading that cold of yours. Go on, get up to bed. I'll be in a minute with more tea. I thought you had some kind of important thing to talk to Atreus about. I'm really feeling okay. I want to hear what you wanted to say to her. I'll just be doing a tea reading. Haven't those always bored you to tears? Okay, you're right. I'm not feeling well. I should really lie down. Bye, Atreus. We lost a companion. Kaneeka turns and heads towards the stairs without saying another word. Kenai, you couldn't help but notice something stiff and quiet in her demeanor as she eyed her mother's stern command. Shall we? Sybil motions toward the tea room. Kaneeka didn't seem like herself just then. What do you mean? You're right. She hasn't been feeling exactly herself the past few days. All the stress she's been under, plus the cold of hers. But I'm sure it'll clear up soon. I think she's lying to me. She just needs to take it easy, drink some tea, and not go running all over town until she feels better. No way I'm spending any time alone with you. I don't trust you. I'm allergic to tea. Follow Sybil to the tea room. Please, have a seat. I'll bring you a fresh cup. You take the tea at the small table at the edge of the room. It's dark here, only a sliver of sunlight able to filter through the heavy curtains supplemented by the bright grow lights over the plant in the corner. Sybil joins you at the table and places a cup in front of you. It smells light and citrusy with an undercurrent of decaying earth. That doesn't sound good. This is a special blend. It should help clarify some of the visions you've been getting. I'll be able to do a reading once you're done. Until then, how about we just chat? Why would I throw the tea to the ground and storm off? Throw the tea, leave. What's with all the mystery and ritual? If you have something to tell me, yeah, just say it. I'll need your tea leaves first. I have pieces of the puzzle, but the tea leaves should help me, give me the full picture. How did you wind up in Scarlet Hollow? Oh, my family's been here in the hills for a long time. That's how I know so much of the local flora. Everything's been learned was handed down from generations of hill folk. There hasn't always been a reliable doctor here, especially not one most folks could afford. They have to figure out their own medicine. I don't trust her. The other day you promised to tell me, what was it, unsavory tales of your mom's youth? I most certainly did, though I might have exaggerated a bit for dramatic effect. I'm prone to do that. In a town this size, you get to know everybody, no matter what age difference might be. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't good to her. Perlane was a lot like your great-grandmother Edwardine, which to say she was not a very kind person. Similar to Tabitha, but with more social grace and considerably more hatred for her fellow man. But your mother wasn't a shrinking violet either. She was just as stubborn as any other Scarlet to her family. Choosing her as their punching bag made her quite the rebel. Why were Pearline and my mom raised by Edwardine? What happened to their mother? What do you know about my grandma? I feel like What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? She came to me for advice. She was distraught. It was like she'd been handed a death sentence. Maybe it was fear from what had happened to her own mother. Maybe it was something else. But she seemed convinced she was in danger. Tabitha had already been born by then. Of course, she was born in wedlock. So I assumed your mother's worries had something to do with religion. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious, as far as I knew. But the way Vivian was that night she came to me, it stuck in my mind. She always had me wondering what it was about your family that made her panic so much at that thought of having a baby. I feel like I know a lot about the women in my family, but what about the men? Do they even exist? Why were Pearline and my mom raised by Everdeen? What happened to their mother? Their entry into this world was violent, I'm afraid. Their mother was young, too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. She didn't survive the labor. Dang. What do you know about my grandma? I'm afraid there isn't much I can tell you. I think there was two in that generation. The eldest died when the girls were still children. Why are they all dying? Everdeen never spoke about them, nor did your mother. Yeah, what about the men? I suppose they just haven't been very noteworthy since Everdeen took over the mines. Her husband died a long time ago, and to be quite honest, I can't even recall his name. Might have been Stuart or something just as forgettable. From what Vivian and her father was some teenage fling that ended once your grandmother found out she was pregnant. I'm fairly certain it was similar for Vivian though. She was much older, and I believe she was the one who ended it. What with skipping town and all? Should I drink this? I don't think I should. Sip the tea. You take the tea, sipping it delicately. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with the earthiness at its core. You've taken a mouthful of dirt. But the aftertaste combines the two flavors into something soothing and medicinal. Then you find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. Finish the tea. You close your eyes and take another sip, and then another. It's delightful. The tea is gone before you know it. The small cup empty, save for what's left of rehydrated leaves coating the bottom. Oh good. Glad you found the tea palatable. Enough to drink. It should do you some good. It's one of the more medicinal blends. Now, on to business. Sybil takes the cup from you, staring thoughtfully down at the sludge. Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning that can fit on the bottom of a cup, cross, kettle, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, difficulty, and the hourglass ties it all together with definite urgency. It's unfair to assume that all this has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it. It's fair to assume that this all has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But we may, at the very least, be able to figure out what it is. And there's a central figure here. A cat. An enemy lurking in plain sight. An enemy lurking in plain sight? Is it you?
Oh, the cat's got a pixel. Or maybe it's Frou-Frou. Though, those are the two cats I know. Stella, Kaneeka, Bravery. How do I know you're not the cat? The cat could be Pastor Daniel. Could be Dr. Kelly. Pastor Daniel. Reese, Kaneeka, Stella. Kaneeka? The cat could be Kaneeka. She's the last person I would suspect. Which means she's the first person I should suspect, right? She's pissed because I just forgot that's her daughter. She looks so pissed. Oh. She's like, angry as fuck. She's nice, sure, but that doesn't mean that she can't accidentally do something that will hurt me, especially with how she feels about my family. She's nice, but maybe a little too nice. It could be an act. Yeah. Get out of my house! My daughter? Oh no. Atreus, I assure you, it's not Kaneeka. You can trust your gut when it comes to her. She's a genuine, friendly person. And trust me, you know if you were enemies. She's one that's to speak her mind. Enemy in plain sight describes a sort of two-faced nature that she simply doesn't possess. You don't have to figure out an answer right away. It often takes time for the mind to connect the dots. Just be on guard and keep vigilant that someone close to you isn't to be trusted. We know from the ditchlings that something terrible is coming your way, and it's likely that it's connecting to some hidden enemy. Perhaps we can try to counteract whatever might be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, those stones, carving seals, whatever you want to call them, I think it's likely that they have something to do with this. How do I know that you're not the cat? Unless the cat reveals itself. It seems like your best course of action is to seek those carvings out, piece together what you can from the visions, and arm yourself with information. Have you sensed any others around town? Do you think you might be able to find another? Yeah, the one that was behind Reese's door. Your thoughts drifted to the door yesterday. The one that seemed to draw you in, urging deeper into the clinic. Even just remembering it is enough to tug at you, compelling you to return and open it to see what's on the other side. You can find Stella later. Maybe you can even find her there. What's important now is finally seeing what's hidden in the clinic. I think I felt another. But bad stuff always happens around them. That's good. If you can find your way inside and uncover another stone, that could give you a leg up on your adversary. You just have to be careful to avoid the doctor. Something tells me she won't take too kindly to you sniffing around her clinic. If I call correctly, there's a hill that'll take you near all the way to the second story. And she never locks any of the doors up there. How do you know this? It seems like you've been there. Just in case that helpful information, excuse me. I think that's all the help I can offer. I hope this conversation was illuminating, even if it just brought up more questions than giving any clear answers. That's it. This wasn't helpful at all. All you did was just look at some leaves and tell me to go put myself in danger. Thanks, I'll let you know if I find anything. Glad to hear it. I hope all goes well, and I wish you luck. Hopefully you won't need it. I thank you again for humoring an old lady and stopping by for a chat. With a small grunt of effort, Sybil gets up from the table and you're escorted back to the door. And remember, be careful who you put in your trust. According to your tea, the cat is getting ready to pounce, and merely being ready for it might not be enough.
It says tea is a lie. Sybil closes the door to the tea room. The bells of its door strangely flat in the stale air of the nearly empty general store. Maybe it's Wayne? Maybe he's the rat, the cat, whatever. So this is another day continuing. My clothes are different. Sybil closes the door to the tea room. The bells of its door strangely flat in the stale air of the nearly empty general store. Let's talk to Miles. Is your mom a witch? Is your mom a witch? Yeah. She's way too obvious about it if you ask me. It's pretty cool though. I don't understand. Like, are you being for real? Ghosts are real. Just thought you should know. Yeah, I know. I have YouTube. So do you watch Stella's YouTube channel then? So Kaneeka has a cold, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Why? Do you like my sister or something? Yeah, is she single? Oh my. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't thought about it much. I mean, I don't like her. I'm just worried about her. Nah, she kind of sucks. I'm just worried about her, yeah. You shouldn't be. You seen any weird rocks around town? Rocks? Nah, I'm done hanging around rocks after that whole thing in the mine. Check in on Kaneeka. Yeah, let's check in on her. You're not going anywhere before checking in on Kaneeka. You make your way upstairs. I've never been to her room, but I remember she said her room was messy. So you're not... Wait, okay, knock. You knock on Kaneeka's door. Mom, I really don't need any more tea. I think I'm just going to lie down for a while. I'm not your mom. Oh, Atreus, what's up? I need to talk to you. It's important. I'm going to the clinic. I was hoping you can join me. I could use a breather. Let's hang out for a minute. Can I come in? Yeah. Let me just straighten up. You hear frantic crumpling and clinking and shuffling as she tidies her room. Okay, come on in. Everybody's room looks so gloomy. Kaneeka's room is the sort of place that's stuck between the past and present. Faded stickers from her childhood line her bookshelf, and boxes of packed belongings sit in the corners of the room. Is she planning on moving? You look worried. Keen eye. The terrarium on her desk catches your eye. To anyone else, it might seem empty, but you easily spot the creature lurking within. Which terrarium? Where? What do you mean? I don't see anything. I don't usually... Sorry. I don't usually have people over. Don't judge me too harshly for the state of the place. Dialogue option marked romance will start a romantic arc with the character you're talking to and will lock you out of romantic arcs with her characters. Oh, I see. I see you have a stick bug. Nice empty for terrarium with only sticks and definitely not creatures. You don't have to be nervous about me seeing your room. There's no better way to get a sense of who someone really is. We still have to find Stella. I'm not going anywhere without you. I'm going to investigate the clinic. You should come with me. You have a stick bug. Oh, that's a stick bug? Ah, that's Rick the Sticks. He keeps me company when I'm at my desk. You should see him when he loosens up and starts clampering around. He's a lot of fun. You know, for a bug, I know that's not everyone's thing. You don't have to be nervous about me seeing your room. There's no better way to get a sense of who someone really is. And do you like what you see? It's a little messy, but I like messy. I see all of the mess you've tucked under the bed and the closet. It's cute. Why do you want to know? It doesn't have to be like or dislike. I do. Haha, cool. Somehow I'm even more nervous than I was when we first came in. Packing for something? Yeah, that's what my question is. You motioned to the stack of cardboard boxes. Yeah, like what's that? That's all my stuff from college. I never really unpacked. That's weird. It seemed like a waste to unload everything. It's not like I'll be staying here long term, so I just have to pack it up again eventually. Oh, so she is trying to leave. I guess I did move back in over a year ago, so these boxes have just been sitting there unopened for a long time. But any day now, I'll load them back into the van and get out of town. Any day now. We still have to find Stella. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere without you. But where would we go? I can still feel the door of the clinic pulling me. I think that's where we need to go next. Yeah, oh, maybe she went through the door. I was hoping to see Reese sometime today. I want to ask if he knows anything about Stella. And make sure he's okay after what happened at dinner. Let's do it. Let's do it. The two of you make your way back out into the hallway. But before you make it to the stairs, a light turns on, startling both of you. The creeper in the halls. The owl. The all-watching eyes. I thought you were going to get some rest, Kaneeka. You should really get back to bed. Or this cold of yours will only get worse. But I still have a lot of energy. I don't feel like sitting around. I don't think I need to. Of course you do. I know you best. And you just haven't been yourself these past few days. All this running around has been a detriment to your health. Why is she starting to sound like Reese's mom? Why does he look so angry? Dang. Miles and I want to see you healthy. You hold this family together. You just want to stay together. You shouldn't get between a mother and her daughter. Sybil knows what's best here. And Kaneeka is more than capable of speaking for herself. Yeah! Why are you making her confront her mother? You barely know Kaneeka, and yet you're trying to drive a wedge between her and her family. Remained silent. Kaneeka sighs. I'm sorry, Mom. I know I've been neglecting the general store, and I let Miles run off the other day. That was so irresponsible of me. That's all right, Kaneeka. He could have gotten hurt, but he didn't. And it seems like you learned a valuable lesson from the experience. Now let's get you to bed. You just need another day to recover. Then you can get back to all this mystery business. Atreus, you'll be fine without her until tomorrow. My mom is right, Atreus. You can go without me. Is she just talking? It's like by suggestion, she's like, oh, you don't need to go out. Before you utter another word, Kaneeka returns to her room. Look at that! Look at her! She's like, I know what's best. Her lying eyes roll. Look, Sybil's eyes carefully watch you as you make your way. This is so uncomfortable.